Hey everyone, welcome to Real Knowledge Club Summit. Today we have one of the most interesting thought leaders, visionary leader, and extraordinary woman whom I met at the Tech Spark event, which happened in Bangalore like last month. It was super amazing. And today here with us we have like Priya Devi, who is like a powerhouse in hospitality, aviation, with over like 30 years of like experience in all these industries from banking, BPO, aviation, and then business development. You are learning absolutely from some of the best, and you will get an idea about exactly how this hospitality management, how it works, and everything. And if you are like curious about all these things, wait and watch it until the end. Take notes and implement, and that's how we can make a world a better place to live. Without any further delay, let's all welcome Priya to like Real Knowledge Club Summit.
Hi,
Hi.
Akshay. So wonderful and delighted to be part of this show. Thank you so much. Really means a lot.
Absolutely. It's a great honor to have you with us. And yep, I'm so curious to know about your backstory, right? How did you got started into this and what was your exact vision and motto and how did you choose like hospitality industry?
Sure, that's a good question to start with. So I
Okay.
was always a very people's person per se, as they call it. I would
Hmm.
always be the first to interact, to talk to even a stranger without any hesitation. And I always like to go up to somebody and literally at the end of the conversation say, "Okay, what do you do and how can I help?" So then the natural industry is obviously hospitality. That's how the Oberoi New Delhi was my first job because it's all about interacting with people and engaging with them in a very personal one-on-one way. So probably that's what led me automatically towards the hospitality industry.
Absolutely. That's wonderful, wonderful. And I would love to know your journey, right? Like, I believe you were from Delhi and like you're in Bangalore. How is your journey so far? How is your feeling being here at Bangalore?
Actually, it's not just been Delhi. Believe it or not, I've been out of Delhi for more than 2.5 decades, and I've lived in seven different cities, India and abroad. So this is my seventh city in, I think, less
Wow.
than exactly 25 years. Yeah. So various different cities, and I would say I really, really have got a very soft spot for Bangalore, which I never realized I will. And believe it or not, I'm a North Indian. And the first question everybody asked was, "Oh, of course, unreal heavenly weather, but Priya, the traffic, how do you manage?" And I've started defending Bangalore so much. I'm like, nothing can beat Gurgaon and Delhi. I have myself personally missed flights because I've got stuck on the highway going to the airport in Gurgaon. And every big metro will have traffic. Yes, there are peak times when it's very, very, heavy traffic. But again, the metro is a very, very big advantage here as of now. And I really like Bangalore. I have met some wonderful, really close professional and personal connections. And on the whole, I find it a very open city, friendly, safe, very down to earth, humble people, very disciplined, and willing to, accept anybody from any other part of India very, very openly and making everybody feel very comfortable who's not a Bangalorean. So I've had a wonderful experience till now, and I'm sure all the locals will be very happy to hear this. And I genuinely mean
Amazing.
that.
Amazing. Amazing. I believe you're right now also in Bangalore. Right.
Absolutely.
Yep. And I believe you must be loving the weather also in Bangalore. It's like,
It took a little while to get used to be very honest, Akshay, because it's a little erratic. Every day it changes. And I've come from very extreme cities where it's either extreme heat or extreme cold or extreme rainfall. But yes, of course, it's probably, I would say, one of the best climate situations in India, definitely.
hmm. Awesome. And next question is how did you begin your career into like hospitality, then aviation sector? What motivated you this shift, right? And how you had the experience in the this airlines which helped you in the approach of like hospitality.
So, I always wanted to be, right from the time I was very young, an air hostess. It's that typical young girl's dream to be an air hostess. So that's how from hotels to airlines was a natural switch. And it was an Indian German airline. So lot of learning. Because we were trained in Frankfurt and we literally had Germans on the flight training us. So that an experience I can never forget. And again, it is, I would say, a little tougher than the hotel industry because you are in one particular limited space, and for those few hours, the passengers are literally just waiting for their beverage, for their drink, for their food, and there's really nothing much they can do. They can't really get up and walk around. So you have to make that extra specific effort to be very, very customer centric and make them all feel comfortable, happy, and relaxed for this few hours, which is not easy because as soon as the passengers get off, then the next load comes, and you have to again have that big smile and again start, ensuring that you give them the best experience on the flight while they're with you. Because for them, it's a new flight, right? You may be tired, you may be exhausted, you may have had some irritable, rude passenger, but you always have to be polite. As they say in the hospitality industry, the customer is always right.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. That's amazing. I would also love to know about like how is a life of like a air hostess, right? Like, are you always traveling? Did you always love traveling from one place to another place in like flight, or like how it was?
It's very, very, very tough what you see when you enter the air hostess. It's a lot of hard work for a 6 o'clock flight AM. Let's say we have to be at the airport at maybe 3 or 3:30, all dressed up and made up and everything perfect. So it's a lot of dedicated hard work. And yes, coincidentally, I loved and still love traveling. It's one of my main top passions. So I think experiencing different countries, different cities, different cultures is something that enriches you, and there's no experience like that at all. It's the best way to spend money, but then that's my personal view.
Absolutely, absolutely amazing. I believe whoever likes to travel a lot in flight, that's one of the best jobs what they can take, right? Like traveling across the world, being an air hostess. Amazing. And my next question is like customer retention, right? It's one of the key both in airlines, hospitality, almost every industry as well, right? What are some of the core strategies that you ensure for the long-term customer loyalty in this hyper competitive field?
So again, Akshay, both industries, I would give some similar factors, hotels and airlines. Though, as I said, airlines is a little tougher because of the limitation of time, space. Specifically, there's really nothing much the passengers have to do except wait for you, and they can be a little, demanding more than normal, which is understandable. So I would say hotels give a very personal experience. So I'll give you an example. There was a very, very senior guest who used to walk into the hotel lobby, and we knew him so well. And that's why he kept coming back to the Oberoi for years and years and years. And I'm sure if some of my ex colleagues are hearing this, they may even guess the name of the guest. And we used to literally, from the time he used to enter the lobby, he would not even stand at the reception for more than maybe 10 seconds because we knew him so well. We gave him such a personalized, exclusive experience from the time he walked in. Somebody was there to hand the key, to escort him to the lift, to escort him to the room. We knew what kind of tea he likes, we knew what kind of room he wanted. And that is one of the main factors in the hotel industry. Make it as personal and exclusive as you can. I mean, imagine if you walk into a hotel and they quickly see your name when you're checking in and they address you by name, you'll be so surprised. Or if it's your birthday or anniversary or a special day and they wish you, won't it be like a wow factor? So similar in airlines, though it's a little different. As I said, in the airlines, obviously you can't remember every passenger's name unless they're very, very, very regular flyers, and that can only be done by the ground staff when you check in. Obviously, not in flight by the air hostesses. Again, make it special if you know it's somebody's birthday. If you know, there's a baby who's hassling the mother, take the baby. Tell the mother, relax. I'll play with the baby in the galley. So there are small, small, small things you can do, especially on long haul flights, which can get very tiresome and irritable for the passengers. So it's all about giving that personalized, focused, small extra service. It doesn't have to be where you spend a lot of money. You can just make a small little, gesture become really meaningful, turning it into a wow experience for the guest passenger.
Absolutely, absolutely. Love that. It's all like small things. What can we do to make their day better and amazing, make them feel good, right? Um, Love that. And it's always important, not just in that, almost in every other industry, also, right? Like
Absolutely.
they have to treat their like customer are like king, like treat them as the Maharaja or like Maharani.
Yes,
Yes,
because there's so much competition in today's world in any case. So you have to make a lot of extra effort to retain the customer and keep them happy and ensure that they keep coming back for your service.
correct, correct. Yep. And my next question is like with technology like AI, which is transforming like the customer expectation, how can business be in hospitality sector to continue to provide personalized service without losing the human touch? And some people are also afraid where AI is going to take away all of our jobs and everything.
Right.
What's your take on it?
So, yes, as one of my very good friends and senior colleagues says, AI can never replace the human touch. I mean, it sounds a strange, ironical, but if humans were not there, AI wouldn't have been created, right? So, I'm just, repeating somebody very senior said at a panel discussion the other day, who I know very well. So, the answer to that is that they can help us actually personalize and segregate the customers, and that enhanced with the human touch can absolutely take customer service to the next level. So we have to use it to our advantage. There will always be a human touch because even I, when I personally call somebody or go somewhere, you can't imagine a hotel without people, right? It's impossible. I mean, maybe there'll be a time where there'll be robots, but it'll be so different. So we as humans like a human touch, and I would say, if I may say so in this show, that Indians like it little more maybe. We are not so used to still that IVR, which makes it so difficult to get to talk to somebody. So it has to be used to our advantage. And yes, it's taking over a lot of sectors. And let's put it this way: let's see the advantages of it and see how it can help and assist us in all our services, especially the service industry.
Absolutely, absolutely. It goes hand in hand, right? It's not just like AI is going to take away everything. It's
No,
going to
that can never
act as a
happen.
leverage. It will help us do better things,
Yes,
right?
we should actually use it to help us and assist us to go to the next level of customer service and customer centricity. That's
Yeah,
what I feel.
super. Fantastic. And my next question is like, you had a significant experience in managing teams in like BPOs and like call centers. What are some of the biggest challenges in managing such a large and like diverse team?
So I had, yes, large teams across two locations. So that was one challenge, and there was no so much automation, there was no AI, there was no chat GTP and all that at that time. It was all very personal. So that was a challenge, and I would say to overcome that challenge, one has to have regular touch points with your teams. Number one, have regular reviews. Try and make sure that you connect with them even informally, not just for your reviews and business meetings and with the bosses and the stakeholders. Also, make sure you have some fun at work. That because across cities, and of course, if it's a couple of thousand of employees, it's very, very difficult. Very, very important, Akshay, make the leaders aware that what is the challenge of handling diverse teams across different cities and how to make it easier for the leaders to handle their teams to make sure that the performance doesn't dip. So again, it's personal touch, knowing your teams, interacting with them. That will make a huge difference, even if it's a junior person.
Absolutely, absolutely. Amazing. And my next question is like, as AI is increasingly automating the customer service function, how do you see the human agents evolving in call centers over the next decade? Because I was recently seeing on YouTube and like on this thing on blogs where an AI is like basically calling nowadays. Even many of the banks also, when we try to call, there is an AI kind of agent. Hey, no, welcome to the call, right? Right. Like, tell me your account number. Tell me what you want, credit card, billing, banking. And then once we tell something, it's like it takes us to the next menu.
Well, it's happening. It's inevitable. By default, it is going to happen much more. But again, as I said earlier, it cannot replace the human touch. Why do still some people that even I know personally, not only the elderly, still want to go to a branch and still want to sit across a counter and talk to somebody in a bank branch or a call center or any other organization? Coincidentally, I'll tell you my latest experience like 2 days ago.
Sure.
I have an Airtel landline and I wanted to change the plan. And they said, you have to go to the Airtel office. So I was shocked because in these days, everything is on the phone, everything is on the website. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm a very old customer. This is very strange. How come I have to go to the office? So they said, no, ma'am, we'll try and see if somebody can come to you, but you have to go to the office. So even as of 2 days ago, Everything, Akshay, cannot be automated. For some things, you have to go. For some things, you are aware you need a physical signature. Now, a bot can't sign for you, or at least as of now. I don't know what will happen 5 years later. But I mean, certain things you have to do yourself. We all can't become robots eventually. So yes, it's definitely going to increase, but there's certain things which humans have to be available for, and it will always be there. As I said, it has to go hand in hand.
Absolutely, absolutely. Still, many people like to go to a bank and then speak to the manager because they feel way more safe and secure than talking to someone on
Yes.
phone.
Yes, even I personally like to wait on the interactive voice response IVR. I'd rather wait for 5 6 minutes, even though you're thinking, oh God, how long it's taking. Wait to talk to somebody to solve the issue. So they make
Right,
it very tough.
absolutely.
They make it very tough, and person will get irritated
That
after 5 6
human
minutes.
touch, we speaking to a human, we feel like way more happy and like secure, right? Because that robot, we may or may not know how it is going to understand or like interpret the things,
Yeah,
right?
because it's all automated and it's obviously uh,
Yes, yes,
trained
absolutely.
to answer only very specific answers. So that's the way.
Right.
And we've done it, as I said.
Yes. And my next question, Priya, is like, what qualities do you look while hiring a team, right? Like for like call center.
Very important, communication, articulation, talking properly, confidence. Because if I talk to somebody at a call center for an urgent issue with one of the services, and the person is not confident and keeps putting me on hold, then I will think that this call center operator agent is not confident enough. And also to understand the query clearly rather than be in a hurry. So these three, four things are very important. Of course, they're all trained in the subject matter before they get onto the calls. And if they feel that the customer is very irate or very irritated and it's a very serious issue, they should not strain themselves to try and solve it, because it's happened in the past when I've led teams in call centers in two different organizations. They should immediately call the supervisor or manager and say, please handle it, because by not giving it to a manager, I personally actually have got upset, and I've told them I'm not going to complain about you, but I really want to talk to your superior on this topic. So they feel nervous that the guest is going to complain about me, so they have a huge hesitation in transferring the call.
Hmm.
So
Yes,
basically,
yes.
a lot of communication and subject matter expertise knowledge is very, very important to give the client confidence that you are going to able to handle his
Right.
query, and patience, lot
Absolutely.
of patience.
Right, right. If I have to summarize, like good communication skills and good patience and like confidence level has to be high, and we just have to be like a good team player as well, right?
Absolutely, very, very important, and help each other. Absolutely.
And love that. And my next question is like, does a relationship partner play an important role for your success?
Oh, that's a surprise question. I didn't know that was coming. Uh, yes and no. If it makes any sense to everybody, yes and no. Definitely, if you have somebody supportive, somebody you can bounce off all your ideas to, somebody you can trust, who respects and values you for what you are, and is always there, however busy they are. I don't know whether it's a partner, it can be a partner, it can be a mentor, it can be somebody you're very close to. So I won't say partner per se. Partner would probably be the most ideal, perfect thing, but life is not perfect. So somebody there who you can rely on and trust blindly definitely makes a big, big difference, and it's a huge positive. Definitely.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, because someone can listen to them and tell them if they're like emotionally down, how to they can go about, they can support them, and in that way, uh, they feel like more accomplished. And once
Yes.
the house problem is like solved, even in business or like work, also it goes good, right?
Yes, if somebody who
Like,
can kind of understand also what your problem is. Everybody may not understand the professional issue. If somebody is feeling very low, so everybody may not understand why. They may say, no, but everything's fine in your life. Why are you feeling low? So there's no why. It's an emotion. There is no black and white to certain situations in
right,
life. There's no logic. So
absolutely.
yes, if you have somebody, partner or not, somebody solid in your life, that makes a very huge difference, especially after many years and after a certain age. It's nice to have somebody really rock solid who you can turn to anytime for anything.
Right, right. Amazing. And the next question is like, how do you craft compelling stories, right, that resonates with diverse audience, and what have been some of the most successful ways, like how you have articulated the stories and made your team or like people understand what you have to tell in the much easiest way for them.
Very simple answer. I have never not spoken from my personal life's experience. So, what I'm answering you today, also in this interview, Akshay, is all from my personal life experiences. Of course, it's great to be very well educated, have great degrees, have a lot of global experience. But I feel after decades of experience in various different industries, it's the experience which talks and helps you the most relate to any audience, whether it's a junior college student crowd, or it's somebody senior, or it's a friend or an acquaintance, or somebody who may be also from a different level of society. Just talk genuinely, exactly how you feel and what is your life experience, and that's all you need is the answer to this question. I hope it helps. That's what's helped me the most always. Just being
Absolutely.
extremely real and truthful without any
Right.
filters.
Love that. Being authentic, right? That's very important. And being truth, right? Like, this is what am I, this is what I am, this is what I do, and this is how, uh, whether you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it, right?
Everybody won't like
And
everything, of course.
yeah,
There'll be lots of questions, but that's fine.
yeah,
That's part of life. You have to handle it. And it's
yes,
all the
yes,
experience only which teaches you year on year on year on year. So you have to take every experience positively, even if it's not such a great experience or an unhappy experience in life which has hit you hard. You have to take some positive learning from it and move on.
absolutely amazing. The next question is like, what are your top three books, right? Like, which has influenced your career and like everything, right? Which you will recommend others also to basically read it.
So that's not fair, Akshay. In today's world, nobody reads, unfortunately. It's so sad, but we hardly read. I have books lying here which I haven't read beyond few pages, which is really actually very tragic. But to answer your question, I read a very, very tough book, which was the rage at that time. I'm sure everybody would have heard of it. Ayn Rand, Fountainhead. I couldn't even understand half of it because it's a very tough book, it's very highly intellectual, but somehow that made a very big impact. It was so thick, I'm sure you know, but I went through it, and that was when I was very young in my college. Second book, which I always remember very fondly because I like the author a lot, is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. So I like Robin Sharma's books a lot. Thirdly, I am a music lover, Bollywood retro music, and a very close special friend has just gifted me a book on R.D. Burman, which I've just started reading, and I'm really enjoying it. So that has actually motivated me to read more, and I realized that we should not lose this hobby, even if it's few pages a week or 1 or 2 pages a day. We must. We have to. Everybody's always on the cell phone, on WhatsApp. Everything is just typing. Even my own handwriting has become awful because we are not used to it anymore, unfortunately. So these three books,
Absolutely.
definitely. I mean, there are more, but you
Absolutely.
said three, so.
Amazing, amazing. I mean, next question is like, we met at the Tech Spark event, right? If I were to ask you what was your three biggest takeaway from that event, if you were to share, what will it be?
Okay. Firstly, very inspiring stories of all the founders, amazing, outstanding panelists. It's the first time that I have attended such a long, intensive event on only startups because I'm not from a startup background. So, amazing stories, lots to learn. Secondly, extremely well organized, very well structured because it was, you were there, thousands of people.
Okay.
So, very
Yeah.
impressive. Thirdly, excellent connections and meeting a lot of new people from different industries. So, extremely positive experience on the whole.
Absolutely amazing, amazing. That's how we also met, or else we wouldn't have met
Exactly. Exactly.
if
Absolutely.
we
So
wouldn't
that's
have
nice.
come to the event. Okay. And Priya, like for all the people who are watching this, if they have any questions about like hospitality, if they need any help, like how they can basically connect with you, right? Are you available on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or your website? Uh, do tell us.
They're most welcome anytime. I'm delighted to help. LinkedIn, they can email me. I have even put my cell number on my LinkedIn contact information long ago. So, absolutely no issue. I just hope people connect. I'm more than happy to help with whatever my limited so-called experience is still today.
Absolutely amazing. Guys, you can check out the link in the description of the LinkedIn and you can just connect if you have any questions to Priya, right? And yeah, before like we conclude, what you want to tell to everyone, right? It was a great honor to have you with us, right? You shared like great insights in the last 25 minutes. I really liked it. And what you want to tell to everyone, right? Your last advice so that they can make a world a better place to live and take our country to the next level.
Oh my God, that's a bit too heavy for me to answer, Akshay. But firstly, I want to thank you for reaching out to me. Really, really nice of you to have me on this show. I'm really delighted and happy and honored. You don't have to be. I'm honored. Uh, Very simple formulas of my life: personal, professional, emotional, etc. Just move on very fast. Make each day a happy, full one. Don't look at the past. It can never help you because you cannot undo the past. Everybody goes through a lot. Everybody has a lot behind the smile and the look. So just accept people and respect them for what they are without being too intrusive. And very, very important, don't try to be like anybody else because it will stress you and you won't manage after a while. It will be a flop show. Be yourself, be very real. Don't have any hidden agendas now. One life, just make the best of it. And be prepared for any experience anytime. Don't be rigid about anything, just be open. And also, always help people in need as much as you can. That really moves heavens, I would say.
Absolutely amazing, amazing. I love that. Like one life, either risk it or like regret it, right?
Yes, that's a good
Being
line. And be
authentic.
positive about everything. And of course, be happy and healthy is another mantra of mine. Always be happy and healthy.
Yep, amazing, amazing. Yep, thank you once again, Priya, for sharing your incredible wisdom with all of us. And yep, everyone, do let us know what was your three biggest takeaway. Do share it with your friend, tag your friend, like the video, subscribe to the channel. That's how we can impact more people.
Absolutely.
And yep, thank you everyone for
Thank
watching.
you.
Have
Thank
a
you
great
very,
day.
very much, Akshay. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
See you. Thank you. Bye.